Hello, hello, hello. Are you a new homeschooler or are you thinking about it but you're still on the fence, not quite sure? Because if you are, I want to talk to you today. So, whether you're a new homeschooler or you're just considering it, I know it can seem intimidating and you might be thinking, well, I'm not a teacher and how will I know what to teach? But let's first think about your mindset, okay? Are you just trying to duplicate what they're teaching in school? Because if you are, I'd like to take a moment to rethink this. I'm Norma Jean. I'm the founder of Time to Shine Teaching and Coaching. I am a Orton Gillingham trained reading, spelling, printing specialist. I've been in education, particularly working with kids with learning challenges for the last 20 plus years. I'm so grateful that I've had that experience because nothing lights me up more than watching a kid experience success, especially if they have been experiencing failure and starting to feel kind of bad about themselves. It's such a privilege for me to get to work with them and show them just how brilliant they are. So that's who I am. And back to let's take a moment to think about what does homeschooling look like. And again, I know that there's often things that get in the way and that you might be worried about, I'm not a teacher and how will I know what to teach? But there's lots of reasons that trying to duplicate what the school is doing is maybe not the best approach. And first of all, school is structured in a way that makes it very competitive and comparative. And there's this idea that, these are the things that have to be covered each semester. And my advice to you would be stop worrying about the finish line and just go at the child's pace, right? There's going to be some subjects that your child or a child can fly through. And then there's others that may require more time and focus. And wouldn't it be wonderful that you get to have that flexibility that is going to best serve your child's needs, academically, socially, and emotionally? Also, you may or may not be aware, but there are many foundational skills that are not being directly taught. Thanks, Pierre, you are so sweet. They're not being taught anymore. Did you know that most primary classrooms right now are not teaching phonics anymore? And that's the foundation of reading. But they're teaching reading in a way that it works for some kids, but it doesn't work for more. And there's this idea that kids are pattern makers and that they're just going to sort of pick it up. And like I said, that works for some kids, but for many, it leaves them feeling like failures. And did you know also that if spelling is even taught, and often it's not, but if it is, from the early grades on, it's taught as creative spelling. So kids are really just left on their own to try and figure it out, right? And that ability to hear the sound and then identify the letter or letters that make that sound, it's a skill that actually needs to be directly taught and then developed. And I feel like this is such an important area that, the school system is failing our kids at. They're also not spending a great deal of time direct teaching how to form the letters. So again, kids are left to guess. And that's when we see all those letter reversals, capitals being used instead of lowercase, grammar, mostly a thing of the past, and math. It's also a real problem because they just keep pushing kids through, right? It's, we've covered that unit and we're moving on to the next, whether you're ready or not. So you see kids trying to learn division, but they don't know multiplication, which, division is based on multiplication. And they're taught multiplication, but they haven't mastered the basics of adding and subtracting. But if you're homeschooling, you actually get to change all that. You have an advantage over the classroom for lots of reasons, and your child is going to have far more individual attention and support, which is just not possible in a classroom setting. You can structure your day in a way that works best for you and your child, right? So if you don't want to start learning until 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning, well, that's exactly what you can do. And I know a learning pod that right now is doing that. And they're finding that the kids, when they arrive, they're ready to learn because they haven't been rushed out the door or missed their breakfast because they were going to be late, or, mom's not frazzled and get in the car, right? Like, so they arrive, they're calm, they're fed, they're ready. And you can use all the things that your child is interested in and loves and incorporate that into their learning. So if they love the beach, Well, a day at the beach can provide perfect and tons of opportunities to learn reading, spelling, printing, math, science, art. You can cover all of it from a day at the beach. And wouldn't that be wonderful? But then your big question becomes, where do I start? And I get that a lot, which is why I developed this assessment toolkit to help parents and educators to figure out what that baseline is. And what does that child know? Where are the gaps? And once you have the baseline, you'll know exactly where to start filling in the holes and building on what they already know. So this assessment toolkit comes with all the downloadable resources that you'll need. It comes with a video tutorial to show you how to do it with a child and all the important do's and don'ts. And it also has all the documents you need to track what they know and keep track as you teach them. And once you fill that out, you will see exactly, oh my gosh, they don't know this. I thought they knew this and they don't know that. And so it's actually always a surprise for parents to learn the things that their kids don't know, that they kind of took for granted. Well, they must know this by now. So yeah, it's a really exciting toolkit that I've just built. I'm just doing the final tweaks on it. It'll be in my my shop by tomorrow and available for purchase. I've got a free Lunch and Learn webinar next Tuesday, January 10th at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. And knowing where to start is just one of the things I'll be talking about. And I'd love to have you join me live. But even if you can't make it to the live webinar, you're definitely going to want to catch the replay. So make sure you message me with your email and I'll be sure to send out the links to you. Plus, attendees are going to receive some great bonuses, which I'm really excited about, including a really great and reduced price on this new assessment kit that I just told you about. So again, make sure to let me know if you'd like to join me, and I hope you will. We'll also be talking about the order that I teach in and how to teach sight words and lots of really great tips for people that are starting out, but also for teachers that are, you know, noticing that maybe their students aren't as successful as they'd like. So I'm really hoping that you're going to have the time to join me on Tuesday. I'm going to be offering it again, but this Tuesday is when I'm going to have all those special bonuses. So I really look forward to hearing from you guys. But in the meantime, happy teaching, everyone. Bye.